Dad's Our Job podcast, the original footballing podcast for dads by dads. We're live on YouTube and X, and I'm joined this week by Rob and Callum, the Horton brothers. Guys, how are we getting on?
I thought we agreed that we were co-hosts and we weren't joined, and we weren't joining for the session, but we were a part of the fabric.
What you don't realise, this is actually the Adam show, and we are just.
You're just in the mix somewhere. Yeah.
We're just in Adam's world.
So, chaps, how we've been? We've been a busy week,
mate. Very busy week. Yeah, I'm not feeling 100%, but yeah, I'm here. But yeah, no, it's all right.
You look like Obi-Wan Kenobi wrapped in that blanket, mate. I'm not gonna lie.
Mate, I feel something like from doctors, mate. That's what I feel like.
But don't worry, because when Obi-Wan Kenobi was struck down, he became more powerful than we could possibly imagine. So don't worry.
Yeah, I don't think there's much chance of that. But yeah, thank you for the being positive, Rob. I'll take that.
It's a reference from A New Hope. But talking about being struck down and coming back stronger, it's also Men's Mental Health Awareness Month in the UK. November is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, which is why I'm wearing my Boys Get Sad Too sweater. So if you're feeling down, if you're feeling blue, if you've got low mood, make a phone call. There's plenty of options available. Talk to your friends and look after yourselves. So that's my Men's Mental Health Awareness Month plug. I'm not affiliated with Boys Get Sad Too. I just really like the work they do for men's mental health. But yeah.
Can I just say that's absolutely fantastic, Rob? I absolutely love the fact you've got that in there so early as well. But it's also Stout Day today as well.
Well, if you want something that will help with the with the whole angle, then maybe a stout is what you need. Go for a stout with one of your mates.
I was literally about to add that. I was just about to say, maybe if the way to get into people's minds and get into how they're feeling is take them out for a stout, because it is a stout day today.
Take them out for a stout.
Take them out for a stout. There you go. Very nice indeed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How you been?
Yeah, busy, mate. Busy as usual. Again, looking at more schools for the little one. Yeah, so it's very full on. We didn't do any fireworks night though, or fireworks activities this week, because Connie would like to watch the fireworks from inside because she don't like the noise. So yes, we saved ourselves a few quid. Having that issue of going to a fireworks night and then pretty much having to come straight home because it's too loud. So yeah, we avoided that. I've done a few sparklers yesterday.
Do you know you can get silent fireworks now?
Sorry?
Exactly. You can get silent fireworks now.
Yeah.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Dubbed, didn't they?
Huh?
Dubbed, didn't they?
Now, do you know what? If that's true, I'm all for it.
No, it's true. I'm not joking. It's actually true.
No, I do. I do recall they exist, because I remember when it was my mate's wedding, and it was New Year's Eve at Gosfield, and Gosfield Manor, I think it is, and they had dubbed fireworks because of the reindeer or the deer that was surrounding the area of Gosfield. Yeah. So it was like Happy New Year. Shh.
Thank you, Alan. Alan Thomas, he says it's true. Thank you. He works for the side of fireworks.
If Alan says it's true, it's 100% true.
Yeah. Thank you, Alan.
I'm not a fan of fireworks, so I think that's great. I don't like going to firework displays or anything like that. It's not something I really.
You're not a fun guy, folks, are you?
No, I am. Well, I don't think celebrating an act of terrorism is something that we should actually do. And then also,
don't start all this nonsense. My family chat is like, oh yeah, well we're just glorifying terrorism. I'm like, mate, if Guy Fawkes, read it in. Trust me, Guy Fawkes would be a hero right now under this parliament.
Aren't we actually?
Especially if Jeremy Corbyn's parliament gets in. Your part.
aren't we actually celebrating the fact that he didn't manage to do it? I thought that's what the celebration was for. Not that he's a terrorist. That
Depends on
he
your
actually-
religious affiliation, I think. Depends on if you're Catholic or Protestant. But no. To be honest, mate, it's just the animal stuff for me. I don't like the way there's the way that it traumatized animals, and because the thing is with the way things are now is that fireworks don't just happen on the 5th of November and on New Year's Eve. It basically starts from about now and then continues to about mid-January.
Well, doesn't it start like end of October because you've got Diwali as well, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, yeah. So you've got religious festivals as well before that. So it goes on for such a long time, and we've got lots of animals here. We have the horses, and it's traumatizing for them. So I'm just not a big fan of fireworks. So yeah, I'm a bit of a Scrooge.
These middle class and upper class people. Oh God, my horses and my animals. Okay.
My horses don't like the whiz pop bangs, but they love a sparkler.
Our
for the most part, I know
pigeons ain't worried about it.
For the most part, I know I'm an old man and all of that, but the horses are very important to Kelly, and so they are important to me by default. I wouldn't like to see those horses traumatized. So
to be fair, when they look at fireworks, they look miserable anyway, don't they? I mean, they've always got a long face.
Do you know what? I could see that one coming before you even started talking, mate. Literally.
Alan wants to ban them. Alan wants to ban them.
Yeah, see, look, Alan's
he works for the silent firework company. Now
he's an advocate. He's an advocate for silent fireworks. Get him on.
That's it. Well, saying that, I mean, when you're talking about animals being harmed by fireworks, I mean, I had to take Buddy to the vets Tuesday evening because he had, I want to say dislocated his elbow. So I had to rush him down there and get painkillers and stuff. He was limping on it. Last night when the fireworks were going off, he's running out of the garden. I'm like, mate, you got to do your elbow again, you fucking idiot. And he's just, he's chasing the fireworks. I'm like,
your dog is Larry though, mate.
He wants to give it, yeah, but he knows he knows he's on the lead. It's like, I'll be back. He knows I'm doing it. Yeah, he's done his elbow in, and then he's running after the fireworks in the garden, and we're like, mate, you've just cost us like 90 quid just for a checkup. Like, come inside.
Thank God for insurance. Yeah.
But that's pretty much it.
We had a nice Friday though last week, didn't we, guys? We all went out and we had a little mosey around with the kids. We went around the houses.
My daughter refused to hold my hand and preferred to hold yours, which was.
Listen, mate, I don't know what happened. I was like a piper. They all wanted to hold me hands. I came back and I told Kelly, and I still don't really know how it happened because that never happens ever. That I would be it would never happen that I would be the popular pick ever.
I think you missed an R there, mate.
I never missed the R. But no, do you know what though? It was lovely. Elaine had a lovely time, and it was nice that she was going around and she felt confident, and we had to do the whole thing about like she was just really well behaved, because there's lots of our estate's great, but there are still roads in our estate, so like it was still you still have to be quite careful, and it was quite nice that she bumped into some school friends as well, which was lovely, and we got pictures of them, and it was she was going around with just so many kids on the estate, and it was just really nice. So I did enjoy Halloween. It was nice because Danny got to do the leading from home. He doesn't go trick-or-treating anymore. That was one of the things that we kind of set rules for, that when he went to secondary school, he didn't trick-or-treat anymore, and he became like the house MC, and he like looks after the house during trick-or-treat, and he did a fantastic job there, which was good because he likes that kind of responsibility, and he was making sure everyone was getting their treats. And Alea was just enjoying being a ghoul with all the other kids. So it was really nice.
Have you seen this TikTok thing where they saying about checking your chocolate? Do you reckon that's all set up, or do you reckon that's actually a real thing? Have you
I
seen
don't
it?
know.
Like people
I
put like
deleted.
needles and blades in like chocolate, so when kids open it, they're eating it and they're cutting their mouth open. Have you seen it?
There are some sickos out there, mate. It wouldn't surprise me.
No, it wouldn't surprise me either. But I had deleted TikTok off my phone last week because I was becoming too much of a doom scroller. So I had to get some space between myself and social media, so I deleted it.
No,
Mate, you're the reason we've
literally,
got
I've
half
had
the
loads
views.
of parents. I've had loads of parents show me these videos. Yeah, you're not listening, are you?
Yeah.
No, you're listening.
No, we are
No,
listening.
you
We are
said
listening.
parents showed you.
Yeah, all these videos where they've got like these magnets and the chocolates are not open, and they're doing it and they're being like lifted up by this magnet, and then when they're open, they've got like these needles in them, or what's it, sewing needles, or like one of them's got like these little like sharpener blades in it.
Do you know
What's
what,
the point of
Cal?
that, though?
I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised, but I would also take TikTok videos with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Is it fake? I reckon it's fake. It's got to be fake.
Well, no, I don't. I think it's happening. I do think it has happened. But what I mean is that someone will see it as an opportunity, especially if it's like a monetized account. Will see an opportunity to be like, oh my god, look at this, and they've got 100,000 views and shares and likes and whatever, and then all of a sudden they've made, I don't know how much money that would make, probably not much, but you get my point.
Yeah.
So I do think there's probably some people that are engagement farming with that as well. But I mean,
Engagement.
Halloween is, well, that's what it is. It's engagement farming. That's how people make money on social media. Like, you know, when like on the overlap with Gary Neville, right? And he makes the most absurd claim, like,
Arsenal are rubbish or something like that.
Yeah, just like, if Arsenal don't win the league from here, they've failed, right? Even though it's 10 games in, it's a ridiculous claim to make. That's engagement farming because that's going to get shared because that's the type of thing that's going to rile people up, or especially Arsenal fans. But then it's also going to validate other people's opinions who don't think Arsenal are good enough and all of that. So it's just engagement farming, isn't it? But aside from that, how's everyone's week's been?
Yeah. It's struggling.
It's just happened.
Yeah. I just wanted to pick up on the doom scrolling stuff on TikTok. I literally saw something about an hour before going live, and it was a guy copying a recipe for minced beef with taco seasoning, like Mexican seasoning, and bananas. Now,
that's engagement farming, mate.
What's your thoughts on minced beef and bananas?
That's just someone trying to get people to watch his videos.
No, bananas.
Like,
definitely bananas, not plantain.
Definitely bananas, yeah.
It's plantain.
Caramelized bananas.
It's not plantain.
Sorry, plantain. Sorry, I apologise.
Plantain, that's what you do with the pots, isn't it? You plant in.
Is it a mountain or a mountain? Be quiet.
Did it look good? Did it look good?
That's a fair question.
What
in comparison to what banana and minced beef should look like? Or
I mean, the thing is, right? You say this, right? Hear me out.
To look like? It was minced beef and banana.
Hear me out. So, we used to have a woman where I used to work, right? And where was she from? It doesn't matter. She basically whatever she ate, she always ate a banana with it, no matter what she ate. Right? And apparently, it's a cultural thing. That's what they do. And I tried it once, right? And because banana's quite sweet, I had it with a curry, and I sort of like was eating my curry and had a bit of curry, and I can't remember why I did it. I think I just wanted to try it basically, and it does, because of the texture and and it's got that sweet taste. It does sort of just slightly change what you're eating. I mean, I don't know if I'd do it with everything, but it did make the curry taste nice. But I didn't. I mean, I must admit, I wouldn't do it again. But it was different. It was different.
See, the only thing I really like mix a banana with is a coffee.
What?
That's quite nice. Yeah.
What, in the coffee?
So a couple
With
of
one of
years
them
back,
little zzz things.
I don't
No,
think
yeah,
you're
yeah.
actually
Hear me,
supposed
hear me
to
out.
do that,
No.
are you?
Pardon? No, hear me out. So a couple of years ago, Costa did this thing where it was called like a banana coffee cooler or something like that, right? And it was really nice. And then I was kind of like, it obviously finished. It was like a seasonal thing or
Promotion.
whatever. Yeah, promotional thing. And so I was like, okay, I like that. I'd like to do it myself. And so one of the things that I did was I used to make a banana and oat smoothie, and then I'd put a shot of like coffee in it.
Yeah.
And that was really nice. The banana and coffee or banana and peanut bar, they go quite
Yeah.
nice as combos.
Yeah,
But I don't think
that's
I would
what I
put
do.
it. I don't think I would put it with I don't know if I'd want to put it with like my mincemeat though. See, that's
No.
for me, that's either some sort of cultural dish or someone is blatantly trying to engagement farm. Like, where as soon as I
Yeah.
see something like that on TikTok, if it looks like if I even get like a hint of they're just trying to get me to watch this video to see how it turns out, I'm gone. Like, I don't want to watch that video because I just think you're trying to get me to spend a minute on your page. That's all.
I think Adam should try it and give us a review next week.
Yeah.
Or the week after. When
No,
we're back on.
I don't think that's going to happen, chaps. I mean,
No.
I just can't get my head around the fact. I mean, I love weird stuff. I love weird flavored beers and stuff like that. But banana. I mean, I've had Yorkshire pudding beer. That's quite nice. But banana and mince beef, I don't know.
I just don't know
reckon
if
you
I
should
like the texture of the banana with that because it's quite slimy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I reckon you should try it, Adam.
I tell you what, I'll cook it. I'll put it in a pie, and we'll do it with some mash. How about that?
Yeah, mate, I'd eat it. I'll try it. If you're cooking it, as long as I ain't got to cook it, I'll eat it.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
I will. I'll also try it. You can bring us all a little portion round, and we'll try it on stream together. That's your
Also,
own work.
viewers, just so you all know, Adam's going to do a pie and mash night where we're going to film it live, and Adam thinks that he can rival Manzi's pie and mash from South London, which is arguably the best pie and mash in the world. Adam's going to make us all pie and mash, and we're going to do a pie and mash live podcast in his kitchen to review his pie and mash with a beer. Isn't that right, Adam?
Thanks, Adam. That sounds great.
I'm glad you brought up pie and mash because I went to the West Ham game at the weekend, and I paid £21.80 for 2 pie, 1 mash, and a pint of Lost Lager over at West Ham.
Mate, I love
that's
pie
scandalous.
Can I just say,
a football match.
I know, but like, would you pay that in? I think I've paid about 13 quid for it in a pie mash shop, like double pie, double mash, and a Coke.
Yeah.
But £21.80. It's like it's supposed to be a working class food in a working class sport, and I'm actually getting absolutely rinsed by it.
Well, you didn't have to buy it, did you?
I was hungry, mate. I was hungry. I had to buy it.
Alan's being cruel. Apparently that's prawn cocktails for Arsenal boys.
Prawn sandwich brigade, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I just say I freaking love pie and mash. I could eat pie and mash every single day. So much so that when I go and stay at my my mother-in-law's and father-in-law's, that he gets it delivered from Manzi's. Like, he actually gets it frozen and then brought to the house. Oh, mate, can I just ask for a debate? Pie and mash, because he doesn't eat his pie and mash. So when you get the pie and mash, you let's say this is the top of the pie and mash. You turn it over so the crust goes into the liquor, right? And you split it down the back or the bottom of it, and then you put your chili vinegar in, right? That is the correct way of eating, isn't it?
I turn my pie over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm either or, mate. It all goes down the same hole.
It's not. No. It's no.
I suppose this is like milking or milk last for a tea, isn't it?
No, Adam. There is only one way to make a cup of tea. All right. There is. Don't, because Callum's the
Milk
same.
first.
Callum drives me mad. It's not milk first. That is barbaric. Milk first.
Milk first.
Milk first is barbaric.
Oh, Lord.
No, I'll tell you why. I'll do milk first, because do milk first.
You're wrong.
So this because I'm wrong. No, because my nan always made the best teas, and I always go by my nan's rules, right?
We have opened a kettle, mate. You've opened a kettle because you know what else we could have? Is it cream or jam? first, or
No,
is it
no,
jam
don't
and
get
cream?
me on
The
scone right
scone.
now.
The scone.
It's a scone anyway.
Hear my theory with the cup of tea, right? So if you use a cup of tea and you
You
put the
carry on
water
talking,
in
I'll be
straight
back.
away, and you use water straight away, right? You let the tea brew, and you get the meniscus, the tea skin at the top, right?
True.
So when you put your milk in, then you get them little brown floating islands on the like the skin on the
Yeah,
top,
correct.
right?
Correct.
If you put milk in first, it gets rid of that.
True. I agree with you 100%, Adam. You're right.
It may brew longer, but
Is
it
it-
may take longer to brew. But it definitely milk first for that. So get rid of that meniscus layer of tea.
I
at the
agree.
top.
Rob doesn't know what he's talking about. He don't know. He's
Oh,
left-handed
you know
as well,
what
so
I'm about?
that's his problem. Yeah,
You
Listen,
milk first
right,
as well,
right.
then, Cal.
I'm not having this, all right?
it's a left-handed problem. That's what it is.
Listen, right?
Has he got his book for tea making? He has, hasn't he?
George
Yeah.
Orwell, right? Essays, great book, right? George
No, you're not meant.
Orwell.
Adam,
in
wait,
Essays,
Alan,
one of
you're
his
not meant to
essays
spread it
is
on.
How to make a perfect cup of tea, and it has points. Basically, do not put your milk in first. It's
Oh,
savage.
fuck George Orwell. What does he know?
Well,
Can I just say, Alan,
Eric
you're not meant to
Flair
spread the
knows
jam, mate.
plenty.
You're just
Thank you
meant
very
to
much.
plonk it on top. You're meant to just plonk it on. You're meant to just have a big dollop from a spoon of jam on your cream, mate.
Rob,
All right, listen.
why would you do water first in a tea then? Just quickly before we jump onto the quiz before Callum has to shoot off.
Because the milk immediately dilutes everything. Milk suffocates the tea bag, mate.
Not if you brew it for 3 minutes.
What if you warm the milk up?
What? No,
Because
no,
if it's cold
Adam,
milk,
Adam,
if you
stop,
put cold
stop,
milk in a tea
That's
bag,
what-
it's
that's
not
what-
going
That's what
to
hot
brew, is
water's
it?
for, mate. That's what hot
Adam,
water's for.
You're ruining
Yeah.
it, mate. Adam, you're
You
ruining
can
it.
use 2 levels of hot fluid. Actually,
Adam,
don't remix
You don't want
that,
hot
people.
fluid. What?
You don't want a
Adam,
hot tea?
Adam,
You're
do the
wrong,
quiz.
mate.
Adam, do the
You're
quiz.
wrong, mate.
Adam, do the
No,
quiz.
I'm sorry. I'll tell you what. Next time you come around, I'll make you a cup of tea. It'll change your life. Trust me.
I'll pour it down the drain, mate.
'Cause you don't get that dusty skin meniscus layer at the top. Trust me.
Mate, there's no such thing as a dusky layup meniscus. You're tatting
There is.
absolute bull crap.
I bet you. If you put your tea in
Okay.
first with water, let it brew. Take your tea bag out, put your milk in. You'll get a film on the top.
I'm not
Guaranteed.
leaving it in there for 3 minutes, am I? Because I put the water in
That's-
first, it gets the tea
that's
bag
the-
to the right place straight away.
Hold on. Do you then stir the cup round and then speed the brewing process up of the tea bag and you squeeze it against the side because you're not supposed to do that?
No, I don't do that. I'm not a savage.
How long do you leave the tea bag in the water then?
Pour it in there, let it fester for about 30 seconds, and then I do my business.
30 seconds for a tea bag.
A little boing, 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 out.
Well, knowing your tea bag strategy, mate.
Mate,
It's
banging
meant to
cup
be
of tea,
3
mate.
minutes. The perfect tea takes 3 minutes.
There you go.
Look it up. It says you've got to brew it for 30
He's
seconds.
googling
Also,
it now. Look, he's
Alan-
fuming.
Alan,
He's
yeah,
brewing.
I'm not being funny, mate. The way I eat my cream tea, it ain't gonna get pushed off anything. It don't last long enough. They're getting it on there, mate.
Why don't you just do half and half, and then just?
Oh.
No, I'm joking. I would never do that. I'm clotted cream first, then jam on top.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, let's go. Rob's still.
You know what? I'm reading the George Orwell essay right now. How to make a
Thanks
nice
for
pot of
coming,
tea. Right, okay.
Thanks for coming,
Before,
Rob.
are we going to talk about our weeks at all? Because we've had
done
a
our
good
weeks.
little
Go on then,
chin wag. But I wanted to just talk about. I got to take Danny to his first gig this week, right?
Okay.
And it was incredible. It was one of the best things like we've ever done together, right? So we went to the O2 on Tuesday, and we went and saw Benson Boone. So if you don't know who Benson Boone is, he's the guy that sings Beautiful Things. Great singer, great performer. But it was just so cool because it was Danny's first gig. He loves music. He's always got, he's always choosing different songs to listen to on the Alexa, and he's got guitar, he's got his piano. Like, he just loves playing and making and listening to music, right? So it was so cool to be able to take him to Benson Boone. We had great seats. We were in front. He was flipping around. He was playing the piano, like just all the things that is exciting to Danny, right? And he was he really enjoyed himself, and you could see that he really enjoyed himself. He kept saying like he kept wanting to stand up, and then he was sitting down. And he wanted to get his phone out. He was trying to record, and I was like, "Just enjoy the moment, mate. I'll do the recording. You just watch." And he did this incredible set. And then he went off, and he came out for his encore. And one of his encore songs is a cover, right? And he does a cover every time. Anyway, he covers Bohemian Rhapsody, right? So Danny is freaking out. Because Danny loves Queen, right? Absolutely loves Queen, right? He's singing like "Mama," like living it, right? Brian May comes out. Like Brian May came out.
Say Freddie Mercury comes out. Then I was about to go.
No.
Even I'm shocked.
To be fair, when Benson Boone came out, he was wearing like a royal garb, like he was clearly channeling, right? He has the pencil, he has the Freddie moustache going on and everything. But Brian May came out and did the guitar solo, and then he came onto the main stage and did the do 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 do. Like it was just magic. Like I freaked out, right? And Daniel's going, when it started, he was like, "I wonder if Brian May's going to come out," and I was like, "Nah, no chance." Guy comes out, absolute mental. Yeah, that's the picture.
There you go.
That's the one. Did I send you that one?
Yeah.
That's just Rob. That's just Rob getting on stage.
Mate. If I look like that, there he is. Look at the guy.
No, that's who you look like. No, that's who you wished you looked like with that hair there.
Mate, listen, I wish I could play the guitar and have that hairline. Let me tell you. Yeah, no, it was magic. So,
Mate, he's a British treasure. Don't do that.
Yeah. So yeah, Kelly made that one happen, and it was pretty awesome. And we got to do the whole big arena experience, and he loved it. So he was already very inspired by music, and I think it's just going to be something that's going to keep growing for him now. So yeah, on to the next one. But yeah, that was a really lovely thing. He also played rugby this week, and it's nice that he's getting more confident with that. But in terms of like real landmark moments for him. First tour, big superstar, icon comes on the stage. It was just a wonderful thing. So yeah, I really wanted to share that.
No, it's good, mate. It's good.
I can't wait to take Bo on his first gig, or like first football match, or first like all that like our Emirates football match. I can't. Yeah, I can't imagine. How good it's going to be.
Yeah, I think that'll be cool as well. I'm 40 next year. I'm 39 on Saturday, and one of the things I'm doing is I'm getting a list of 40 things I'd like to do before I'm 40. But I've tried to break it down so it's like 10 things that I'd like to do myself, 10 things I'd like to do with Kelly, 10 things I'd like to do with Danny, and then 10 things I'd like to do with Alea. And so like those types of I think it would be quite nice. And one of them is I'd like to take Danny to a big rugby match. I don't know anything about rugby, and I don't pretend to, and I don't care about the game, but I care about what it teaches Danny, if that makes sense, So like it teaches Danny to be resilient, it teaches him to pick himself back up, and the importance of practice and all of those. In the same way that Dad didn't care much for cheerleading itself, but cared about the change that it had on me as a person, So I really want to take him to a rugby game and get him to sit, that something like that. So, yes, I'm putting a list together and checking it twice. And so that's the kind of thing that I'm going to be trying to. So, if anyone's got any suggestions, drop them in the comments.
Who's going to pay for it all?
Huh?
Have you got to pay for it all?
Well, I'm not asking anyone else to pay for anything.
No, I wasn't sure if it's something like people had to pay for, like you could sponsor and go, "Oh, I'll pay for you to go and."
Oh no, I'm not asking him for anything. I'm not asking for anything.
I think what you should do is you should change your life and have milk first in your tea. That's what you should do.
I'm not. That will never make any list in my life.
You just made the list.
Yeah, mate. I tell you what, I would love to see Chris Jericho in a WWE ring again. Royal Rumble, bookmark it. Should we do this quiz?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Oh, what's going on here? All right, so this week's quiz is we're going on to playfootball.games, and you can play footy tic-tac-toe. So the idea of this game is that you have to think of a player that has been associated with the left-hand side and the top rows of this to make sure that you kind of tic-tac-toe effectively.
I can do it.
So
I'm ready.
So, for instance, Cal, for the viewers here, if you want a West Ham and an Arsenal player, the player that you could think of is Declan Rice. So then you get the point on that turn. Right. Okay. So, pen lid in hand.
So how are you going to do this?
We'll go first. I don't. Right.
What are you doing? Why are you dancing for like you're raving?
What hand?
Left hand.
Left hand. Cal, you get to go first.
Hold on. Can we just have a moment? What was that? You didn't.
I was shuffling.
Change anything. You didn't.
We played a game.
Right, you won. Right. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to pick a combination, and you have to choose the player. So what player would you like to guess at who has played or featured in both competitions or countries or clubs?
What country is that at the bottom?
That is Ivory Coast.
Okay. So can I have German? Is it the German league?
Yep.
So does that mean that someone who's German or who's played
someone that has played in the German league, the Bundesliga,
and played for Arsenal?
Yeah, Havertz. But can I have it for he's won the FA Cup?
And for who? German and FA Cup.
He played for. Why does it matter if he played the FA? He won the FA Cup.
Yeah, you want to go for that?
I think yeah. Well, I know he definitely won the FA Cup.
Incorrect player. Rob, it is your turn.
He has won the FA Cup.
Ivory Coast and Arsenal would be Emmanuel Aboué. I think.
Correct.
Get it.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be one of the. This is absolute fake. Why is Havertz won the FA Cup? I don't get it. Yeah.
Cal?
Yeah.
Your turn. Who would you like to? Who's next?
Declan Rice for top one, mate.
Can't have that one, mate. I've already gave you that one.
All right. Jack Wilshere.
Jack Wilshere is there.
All right. So is it who gets? So if I get 3 in a row with the Blues, I win.
Anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, I don't fancy Burnley and Ivory Coast. Can I go diagonal?
Yeah, go wherever you want, mate. It's tic-tac-toe.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait.
Or ticky-tacky-toe.
Is that noughts and crosses?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I go, please? Ivory Coast FA Cup winner, Didier Drogba.
Oops, I can spell it right. Correct.
Ivory Coast.
Cal, it's your turn, mate.
For God's sake. I can't name any Burnley players.
Did Matt Jarvis play for West Ham and Burnley?
Matt Jarvis? Incorrect.
Oh, the answer for that is Ian Wright.
Can you go for that one?
Yeah.
That's correct. What? German League and Arsenal, German League and Burnley, West Ham and FA Cup.
You do realise, like, we can only go down the middle to win now. Oh no, Bob can go diagonal. Sorry, Bob can go diagonal. Sorry.
I can't think of Burnley and Ivory Coast, mate. I got not a clue, not a scoop.
Also, West Ham ain't won the FA Cup, have they?
But played for West Ham and won the FA Cup.
Oh, so it could be anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would have had to have done the same thing either at the club or they've played for West Ham
Nigel
and won the FA
Winterburn.
Cup.
West Ham and Nigel Winterburn.
Correct.
Yeah, I would have gone with Michael Carrick for that. Right. So, but no one can win this.
No, unless you get all three down the middle.
You can still. So when you filled it up, you can actually take someone else's spot.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, once it's all filled up though. Not at the moment.
Okay. But Burnley in the German league, they had that striker, and I can't think of his name. I think he was from the German league.
Doesn't have to be German.
No, played in the German league. I'm trying to. That's the one I'm thinking of. I can't think of anyone else who's played in the. Forget it. I'm just going to try and steal. So Arsenal.
You can't steal yet.
No, I know. Arsenal and German league would be Per Mertesacker.
You put it in the wrong box, you melt. Oh no, you haven't. And I can't steal that spot yet.
No, not yet.
You can steal the Burnley one, right? The Burnley and West Ham one, no?
No, not yet. No one said all for that.
Oh, well, I ain't got a bloody Scooby for Ivory Coast and Burnley, mate.
Yeah, exactly. You stitched us up because who's going to get that?
I'll give you a clue. He's also played for West Ham.
Yeah, but we can't steal anything yet. Now I've got to try and think of Burnley.
No, the Ivory Coast player
Germany
that plays for Burnley. He also played for West Ham.
Recently?
Yeah, he's out on loan now.
Hold on. Who's
recently and he's
German.
out on loan? Is he older?
Hold on. No, he's playing now. He's playing in the Serie A at the moment. This is Cal's turn, by the way.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm trying to get this bloody. I don't know who it is.
Cal, here's a clue. If you have an ice cream, would you put your ice cream in?
Hold on. I'm trying to think.
Oh, I know who it is.
Clichy and German League and FA Cup.
Cal Clichy is incorrect.
German League and FA Cup would be. Oh, could it be Gnabry?
Gnabry.
Yeah.
Correct.
Get it.
Who's playing German League? I don't know any German players who played for Burnley, and I don't know anyone who's played for.
He had a striker. I think his name was Wolf something or something like that. Or maybe he came from Wolfsburg. I don't know.
No, I don't know, mate.
Do you
want me to give you a name? I'll give you a name. Alan Shearer.
He's Dutch.
Alan Shearer. Done. Yeah, that's my pick for the middle one, please. Alan Shearer.
Dutch player. Currently, he scored against Chelsea in the Champions League recently for Ajax. Also played for Man United.
Van der Vaal. There you go. Van der Bin. Van der Vey. Van der who?
Oh, Burnley.
That's
I know he played. I know he played for Man United as well because he went there on loan. I just can't. He was a striker, and I can't think of his name. It is gonna. I'm gonna be because all I can think of right now is Fulkrug. I'm gonna be so cross.
Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp.
The bottom one is Kone.
Kone?
Or Cone or something, isn't it?
What one?
That
Aruna?
one. Yeah, that I do. Yeah, I don't know.
Incorrect.
I don't know then.
This is actually a joke.
No, these are hard. That's hard.
I hate doing this.
Ivory Coast and Burnley.
Oh.
You could just have one of them. Just one.
I reckon we should just say Rob won. He got 5. Well done, Rob. Good job, son.
Right. Rob won then. Well, he's got to fill one out actually. Can't skip to him.
Oh. I ain't got a clue, mate. Oh God, what is his name?
Initials MC.
Wait, no. What about Veghorst? Is that his name? Veghorst.
Veghorst. Correct. There you go.
Good job, mate.
Get it.
Done.
I like that game.
You could play it every week, Rob.
I will. I like it. Enjoyed that game.
Oh dear. And that's the end of this week's Horton v Horton.
I think what we should do is, right, I think from now on it should be Robert versus Adam's dad every week. Every single week.
Or you could do Granddad's job. So basically you two are playing against my dad, like we did last time.
No, I just think Rob should play against your dad every week. I think that's a good idea.
Well, why don't you host the quizzes?
Huh?
Why don't you host the quizzes?
I thought we were doing the little thingy thing that you just did.
I like it. I enjoyed
Tiki-taki-toe.
I enjoyed Tiki-taki-toe.
I reckon we should just do that.
Tiki-taki-toe.
I enjoyed Tiki-taki-toe.
But if you haven't noticed, I'm a happy hammer because West Ham won their first home game since February this year. How good is that?
Is that how long it's been?
Since February, over 200 days. Yeah.
Was it Newcastle as well?
Yeah, beat Newcastle 3-1.
No, I mean you didn't. Was your last win Newcastle as well?
No, I think it was. I want to say Fulham. Might have been Fulham. We won 3-2. We had 2 fluky goals, didn't we? But yeah, no, that's first win of this season at home. First win since February this year. It has been long overdue, and full credit to the players, full credit to the manager. The selection was perfect. Cal's gone. I think he's had his dinner. And yeah, I think we just was brilliant, mate. We was absolutely brilliant. The one thing that did concern me at the start was the fact that they played the centre backs the other way round. So they played Tadibo on the left and Kilman on the right. And even though they both kick with the other foot, I think that did concern me. But it worked. It worked well. They come on the inside. They played with their weak foot, and they were really good in the air. Very solid, other than the first 4 minutes. But other than that, I think we played really well.
It was nice to see West Ham win a game, but I also like the fact that they beat a team with a bit of substance. Now, I don't think Newcastle are in great vein of form. Their numbers aren't actually that good, but they beat a team that are better than them. Are very attack-minded, got some wonderful attackers, won a cup last year, and in terms of the actual setup of the whole team, from players to the top, is very in sync. Do you know what I mean? It's a well-oiled. That was not an intentional pun, but it's a well-oiled machine, right? And I think that in itself, considering that there's a lot of chaos at West Ham, chaotic management or management changes, chaotic board, disillusioned and chaotic fans by nature of being disillusioned, and players who perhaps have lost a bit of identity and confidence. I think long term that win should speak volumes going forward, because you got Burnley this weekend and you should be beating Burnley. They concede the most chances in the Premier League, other than I think maybe West Ham and Wolves. So, you know, you should be looking at that and thinking we can get at Burnley. I mean, to be fair, you called it last week where you said you hope that this weekend, or you think this weekend could be a leapfrog moment for West Ham. And at the moment, it looks like you're calling it right. And, you know, they should be beating Burnley, and then all of a sudden the table doesn't look so awful. You know, especially because Wolves just aren't getting better, although you think that Wolves fixtures are going to get a little bit, are going to improve. I think your fixtures after Burnley are a bit rough. Is that right? Have you got?
Yeah, so ideally we need to beat Burnley. Basically, because it's the point swing. Because although Burnley are 3 points ahead of us, if we beat them like 2-0, then we go above them in the league through goal difference and points. So because we'll be level on goal difference, level on points, so we'll go above them on the versus ratio. But yeah, that's like it's a much needed win, and obviously Wolverhampton helped us out as well by beating Burnley as well. I think I still think they're a good Burnley side. I think they'll still cause us problems. But yeah, that's it does feel like it's a bit of hope. And in terms of the fixtures after the international break, yeah, they're not great. I think Liverpool.
You've got Bournemouth, Liverpool, Man United, Brighton, Aston Villa, Man City. That is shit. But I just had a quick look as well. Burnley have got, after you, Chelsea, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Fulham, Bournemouth. That's not great. And then Leeds, who are starting to look a little bit vulnerable, have got Nottingham Forest. Then they've got Aston Villa, Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Brentford, Crystal Palace, then Sunderland, and then Liverpool, and then Man United on the 3rd of Jan. Like, Leeds are going to be, I reckon Leeds will be in the relegation zone by the 3rd of January. And I think that West Ham will all of a sudden be around maybe as high as 15th.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll slowly get ourselves out of trouble. But
I think Leeds and Burnley will be in the relegation zone with Wolves.
I think Leeds, Burnley. I think Wolves are in trouble. They've just made an approach for Rob Edwards at Middlesbrough,
I know,
who was the former Luton coach.
Yeah, I saw
if I was Rob Edwards, I wouldn't bother. I'd try and get Middlesbrough promoted.
They might as well get. Wolves might as well do. They might as well appoint Will Steele, take the relegation, and hope to get promoted.
Yeah, they could do that. Or they can go get Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that.
Isn't he? And I think he's still got property in Leicester, isn't he? So he wouldn't be that far away from Leicester.
Would you want to go into a relegation battle? Would you want that? He hasn't got to prove anything. No,
but he wants to be back in the Premier League, doesn't he? I think even if he was at Wolves for a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say that they don't look great. I think they've lost their talisman in
Nori.
And yeah, they've lost 8 Nori as well. Yeah, they've been completely asset stripped, really. And it's a shame because Wolves are a good club. You know, that's my dad's second team.
They kind of got the fans have got the same issues with their board as West Ham have got with their board, I think.
Yeah.
Disillusion.
I think with Wolves though is that they were in the Championship when they were taken over. They got Nuno in, they got Ruben Neves, and then they got promoted, and then they got Moutinho, and they got all these big star players coming in. And then the owners have gone that we're pumping all this money in, not getting a return on it, so now they're stripping it back. And then sadly for Wolves, now they're going to probably end up back where they originally started when they first took over, because they've had their fun, they've been in Europe, they've had FA Cup semi-finals and stuff, and now it's like, well, we're bored now. And sadly, that's probably when you get these sort of owners come in for a bit of a vanity project.
Well, I also think they bought. I mean, but they have bought players with high resale values. Like, they've sold well, but the investment, I don't think the reinvestment has been poor. Like, you don't look at many Wolves players and think, if this team gets relegated, people will buy these players. Perhaps Larson, because I think Larson has got something about him that
like him a
quite
lot.
useful. I think even Newcastle were looking at him when they were struggling. Do you know what I mean? Strand Larson's type of player that would do well in the Premier League. I think West Ham. He makes West Ham's team. I reckon. I think he makes starting 11 there.
Well, I think any striker does, to be fair.
Yeah, but if, say, Mateta moved on from Crystal Palace, I think Strand Larson has a role there to play, and Crystal Palace are flying. So I think maybe Strand Larson gets back into the Premier League, but I couldn't even. I mean, I literally can't. I can't name a.
I like Agbadou. I think Agbadou is a good defender. I'd definitely have him.
Huang, he fell off. Huang fell off.
Huang, yeah.
He just fell off, didn't he?
Your Huang fell off, did it?
No, but he did have. He had, when he was on the wing, we were like, bloody hell, this guy, people should be buying him. I think even like there were rumours about Arsenal at one point, and then it's just disappeared. And I think the Arsenal rumours were quite legit, but just nothing. Just doesn't seem to have been able to maintain that kind of standard that made him exciting to people. So I do think Wolves are in banging trouble. I think potentially to go down could be Wolves, Burnley, and Leeds. I think they could be the three.
They've got Andre, they've got João Gomez, they've got Jean Arias, Fer Lopez. They're all good players, to be fair. They're all young, good players. They've got Wolf as well, playing for Wolves, which is interesting. Hugo Bueno, again, a good defender. Sasa Klajic, forward. Yeah, he's a good.
I also think they were like, but they had good form, but they don't seem to have been able to. Maybe a new manager will be able to find that for them. But I don't know. I do worry for Wolves.
They've got some good
Wolves
players,
aside, West Ham is the West Ham going forward.
Yeah, I think things are starting to look. Yeah, I do actually. I think Burnley again, like as Adam mentioned here, like Scott Parker's got them well drilled. They don't ship goals as often as they used to when they've gone into the Premier League, and again, like last season, they only conceded something like 20 goals in 48 games in the Championship. Or 20 clean sheets they had.
They have conceded the most opportunities this year.
Yeah.
They have.
Yeah, they have. And I think that's always going to happen when you step up a league, isn't it? So when you're playing a different quality of football, like you're not playing Portsmouth that were in League One the season before, or Oxford City every week. You're playing Arsenal one week, you're playing Liverpool the next week, and that's why it's the best league in the world, because the quality's there. But I think they'll put up a challenge. Again, they've got some good players. They've got former Hammer there, Josh Cullen, who's the captain of Burnley now. They've got Esteve, who's a fantastic defender who we'll link with. They've got some good players, mate. They've got some good players. I think there was one player they got. I think they got him on loan from Benfica, and he's topping the stats in terms of progressive carries in the Premier League. And you think he's doing that for Burnley? He's actually doing really, really well. It was line breaking passes. That was the stat. He was up there in terms of way ahead of Palinha, well ahead of Paquetá and stuff. So I think he could be the player that needs to be looked out for at the minute. I'll just search his name just so we can just fact check him and stuff. But I think Burnley Benfica player. I still think they're good. Florentino Luis is his name. Really, I like the cut of his jib. I'm not gonna lie. I think he'll go straight into West Ham's team, 100%. But I think I'm wary of them. But it's a must-win game. We need to win it by 2 goals to ensure we get ourselves out of relegation just in time for international break. It gives us a mental advantage going into the next game, being out of a relegation zone. So it could help us. It could help us.
No, I think it will be. I have predicted you to win. To be fair,
Yeah. I think we have to be on a roll now. But a special mention goes out to Freddie Potts, who me mostly, have been banging the drum about using the academy players more often in this team. Nuno started Freddie Potts in his first Premier League start and completely bossed the game and finished the game with a man of the match performance. Just everything he'd done was right. Everything is what we've lacked in the middle of the park, and to have one of our own put in a performance like that when you're playing against Guimaraes, Joe Linton and Tonali, you've got to be some special player to do that.
Yeah, I mean, look, what do you... And I agree, I'm glad that Freddie Potts is getting his opportunity. I think that's amazing, because Arsenal over the last 3 or 4 years have done the same, and it's been so exciting and enjoyable to see. But then also, they're in the team every week now. Saka's making the team. Saka's captaining the team.
Yeah.
Max Dowman is looking so exciting. Miles Lewis-Skelly is going to be a midfielder at some point, the way he carries the ball, and he's awesome. Nwaneri, and we're seeing these players in the team, and it feels different. You want any player that comes to your team to be good, right? And be successful. But when you know that they've been invested in since they were like 7 or 8, maybe younger, and they've come through 10 years later and they're breaking into the first team, it just hits different. And I am really I'm excited to see where that goes for him. But the question I was going to ask you is, what would it take for you to change your feelings about Nuno? Because I appreciate that you've given him some kudos there.
That's like, are we humble pie? I'll give people credit when credit's due, 100%. I still don't think he's the right manager for us. I genuinely think that. But he'll be able to facilitate us getting out of trouble, and I think that's the most important thing in terms of. I think if there was a manager there that we would go and buy out of a contract, and like I say, depending on who the owner is or whatever, I could see us doing that. But Nuno, I think he's just a safe bet. He's probably going to be lucky, Sullivan, by his appointment. I think he's already won over a few of the fan base already, but I'm just seeing beyond that. Just the cynical side of me is being a bit like, he's still a free agent appointment. He still took a job when they still took interviews when someone else was in a job, and I don't know. I just think that he comes across too well in media training. He's a PR merchant, says all the right things, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's what you want. You want him to say the right things." Well, he's not going to say the wrong thing, is he? Let's be honest.
I think you could say that about most managers. Whereas
if it was like.
That's a bit of a cop out. I don't want to be like divisive, but I do feel that's a little bit of a cop out, because for the most part, managers do just toe the line. Like they just do. Like who do you want? Most. I mean, other than maybe like Postecoglou, who was a little bit like light and all that, and Mourinho or Conte. There's not really many managers. Even Arteta, I'd rather not say anything because it's just not worth it, right? They're not putting themselves out there to be.
I think with the difference with Arteta is that when he comes across, you can tell he's fighting. Like he's saying it with passion. He's saying it with Arsenal's corner. He's not just a PR merchant to say, "Oh, is a default response to an incident that happened because I'm not going to say it, so I'm going to get in trouble with the FA." Like he says it differently, whereas I think Nuno is very much like, And Potter was the same. Potter was very much the same in terms of there was an answer that was coming, and it was just like, yeah, we work hard for the fans. We do this. We work hard every day, and it's like, mate, we've heard it all before. Just fucking do it on the pitch. I don't need you to spill it all the time. Maybe it's probably because I've just been disappointed with the past 2 appointments in Moyes that I'm just like, well, why should I trust Nuno now? Like, it's not fair. It's not fair, but it's just the way we've been burnt over the past 18 months with these managerial appointments.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it's just the cynical part of me. Yeah, need a note. Yeah, Sharky, pre and post match interviews are pretty dull. Need a Keegan style rant manager, and sadly, I don't think we're ever going to be in that era of getting someone like that in top flight football again, because I think culture's too woke. People are too offended easily, aren't they? And yeah, it's a shame, but yeah, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? No knows.
Very good, very good.
But
all right then.
Yeah,
okay, fair enough. What's your prediction then?
My prediction is that I reckon we'll win 3-0 against Burnley. I'll go 3-1. I'll go 3-1. So I think we've got a goal in us. I don't think we've got a clean sheet in us, really.
Yeah, I predicted a win also, and I said that you'd win 2-0. I just don't think you've got. I know that you beat Newcastle 3-1. I also think Nick Pope gave you 2 of those goals.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't know if you've got 3 in you. I just don't. So I do think you'll concede. So I'm going to go 2-1.
If you think we had a goal disallowed offside by a toenail. I mean, let's be honest. If Thomas Souček cut his toenails, Freddie Potts would have scored on his first West Ham start. But it's fine margins, isn't it? But we've got goals in us. We've had goals that have been disallowed. We've had penalties gone against us where we've won them and then they've been overturned. And I think if we play with the same level of intensity that we did at the weekend, I think it could be a high scoring game in our favour. And Al Thomas has said exactly the same. I got 1 game right after 2 games. It's where Stevie Wonder picked the team. Well, yeah, like his team selections, the past 2 games before that, were like question like, why the hell are you playing Irving? Why the hell are you playing Ollie Scholes right back and Carl Walker Peters left back? It just don't make any sense. But yeah, that's it. He's from what I was told at the weekend by a fan who's friends of someone at Nottingham Forest. I said that what he likes to do in his first run of games is that he likes to tinker with the squad. He likes to pick rogue positions, rogue players to see what works. And I think now he's probably found his right selection moving forward, and hopefully he sticks with it. Like if he goes at the weekend and plays inverted fullbacks again, we've got no chance.
I think also, I think that checks because, like if you've ever got an opportunity at free hits as a manager, it's in your first 2 games. So yeah, he
never played the inverted fullbacks against Everton and Arsenal. That's the bit that's confusing, because then you go and play Brentford and Leeds, who are both winnable games, and you go and test a new tactic out. So hang on a minute.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they weren't his first 2 games. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, let's go on to the mighty Gooners.
The Reds
still clean sheets.
Yeah, the Reds go marching on, don't they? Beat Burnley 2-0 at the weekend. I kind of feel like it was business as usual. It was like a standard performance at this moment, I think. It was very professional. I don't really feel like Arsenal got out of third gear having watched it back. I think they knew what they were going to do. They did it and they accomplished their goals. They took the 3 points and then they prepared themselves for the further 3 points that they took on Tuesday as well. They're not conceding chances. They took a set piece goal. It was nice to see Gyökeres get on the score sheet, even if he did come off injured at half time, and probably won't be back till at least Tottenham, which is worrying. I'll talk about that later. I wanted to talk a little bit about Declan Rice. Just very quickly, because I talk about Rice every week, but I wanted to say this, and I wanted to say it carefully because I don't want people to jump on me for it. But for me, I think he is the best player in the league right now at this moment. Based on form, I know that you can debate who the best player in the league is, you know. Erling Haaland, absolutely. If we're going by form and talent, Salah, if we're going by talent, I get it, right? But pound for pound, I genuinely believe that Declan Rice is the best player in the league right now. And I actually think that he's performing at the levels of Gerrard, Lampard and Vieira. I'm not saying that he's as good as those players, because he hasn't achieved what those players did. But in terms of when those players were in their prime, I believe that he is playing at the levels that those guys played at. He's scoring goals, he's creating goals, he's stopping opportunities for other teams. He's bringing the players, he's bringing other players, he's making the people around him better. He's made Zubimendi's transition into a new league easy as pie. And Zubimendi's been great as well, but he has made it easier for Zubimendi just by being there. You know, he's given Eze the freedom to flourish in a new, or find himself in a new, flourish might be a bit of a reach, to find himself in a new team. You know, he has just been so incredible this year. Him and Gabriel have been the two best performers in the Arsenal team this year. And I don't think it's close. And I think a lot of the Arsenal team have been performing at excellent, superior levels to other players in their positions in the league. Timber, best right back in the league. Calafiori is performing like the best left back in the league. You know, Rayup is performing like a best goalkeeper in the league. Like these guys are so good, right? They are playing so well. But I think that Declan Rice and Big Gabs are performing at a level above that even. And it is, I pinch myself, you know. So I just wanted to say that, because it's just wonderful to watch him. And do you know what? It's almost, I'm glad he's not captain, because he doesn't have to worry. He can just lead by being the leader that he is. He doesn't need the armband. He's a player that doesn't need an armband, because you just look to him. You know, I think he will be an Arsenal captain, but I don't think it's necessary either. You know, if you look at some great Arsenal players that have come through, I mean, everyone's worn an armband for 20 minutes or so, but there's been some great Arsenal players who didn't need to be a captain to demonstrate how much of a leader they were. Emmanuel Petit, for example, or Keown, or, you know, Bold. You know, those types of players, they didn't need an armband, and I think Declan Rice is the same. I also think that there is excellent consistency. Arsenal beat their own 40-year record of 8 consecutive wins without conceding. That was set in the 80s. But if Arsenal win this weekend and don't concede, they will beat a 100-year record set by Liverpool and Preston North End over 100 years ago, and it'll become the longest winning non-conceding streak in English history. So, you know, this team is defensively at elite levels, and even without that, those stat pad stuff, this defense is incredible. You know, this defense is performing like the Chelsea defense. Ricardo Carvalho, John Terry, they are performing at that level. Under Jose Mourinho, and I love it. I'm here for it. I don't care if people think that it's boring. I don't care. You know,
and that's what you're known for. You're known as being the 1-0 to the Arsenal stuff. Whereas you usually get teams that are like, they need to win 5-0 every game to be entertaining and to be noticed. And it's like, well, really, you're going to get noticed at the end of the season, and then you look at those results upon the reflection of it. There's no point winning 5-0 every week if you're going to come second.
Arsenal dropped 5 points in 10 games, and they conceded 3 goals.
Yeah,
and that's just remarkable. You know, it is just incredible. I mean, I got to be honest. If Arsenal do keep a clean sheet against Burnley, it'd be a fantastic achievement. But I do not fancy them in that run that comes afterwards. That run is horrible when we get back. Tottenham and Chelsea on the bounce, and then the other fixtures that I said, they are also very challenging fixtures. You know,
you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen, Rob. Because you got Sunderland, didn't you?
No, we've got Burn. Yes, we do. We've got Sunderland. Sorry, yeah.
You know what's going to happen. Xhaka's going to score. Xhaka's going to score, and he's going to make you lose 1-0.
You know what though? Do you know what? If it's Xhaka who breaks it, I won't mind. If it's Xhaka, right, I can live with it. If it's Xhaka, what I don't want is like a Ponzi Brennan Johnson or something like that. When we first came back, it's like, oh, we broke the streak. That would be like a Tottenham medal.
Yeah,
that would be like
yeah.
That would be their cup for the year. We took a goal. I mean, Tottenham are well within their abilities to beat Arsenal. But
I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's smooth sailing at Spurs at the moment, despite them beating Copenhagen 4-0 last night. But but they lost to Chelsea at the weekend. There was a lot of there was a lot of animosity towards Thomas Frank, especially with Spence and Van der Ven.
Yeah, I heard about all of that. I did hear about that. But Tottenham have got their numbers are better defensively than people give them credit for. And I don't think their attacking numbers are as good as people think, because they're relying, I think, a bit like with Arsenal. You've got you've got a defender doing a lot of goal contributions as well. Whereas there's a part of me that feels that Arsenal's setup is more sustainable than than Van der Ven's offerings are currently. But who knows? Because Arsenal have been keeping up a defensive attack system for the best part of 3 years. I saw that Gyökeres is out, but I think that will mean that Uncle Marino will be up front, and I think that that's not awful in the short term. Obviously, when we get back and it's Tottenham, I'd prefer to see Gyökeres in the lineup, although there's umming and ahhings about that. And I also think that by then we should be seeing the returns of Havertz, and we should be seeing the returns of Odegaard as well, even if it's just bench fodder. But those are the type of players that can make a difference from the bench as well. Martinelli should be back by then. So I do think we should be beating Spurs, but I also think that it's a North London derby and it's Arsenal Tottenham. Anything could happen. Although I think we've won more North London derbies at the Spurs Stadium than Spurs have. I don't think we're playing Spurs away for that game. Actually, I think we are. I think we're at home. We're at home. So we should be beating them, but they could definitely upset the momentum, because it's North London derby. I wanted to say that I've spoken about the key players. One of the things that you put on the schedule was about comparisons. I think we are looking better defensively than Man City and Liverpool are. But I also think that they are more... I think they're probably a little bit more free scoring than we are. I think Liverpool have gone off the boil, but I think, the class is, the class will come through even if their form is having a bit of a temporary lapse. Salah's still very good. I think Ekitike will prove to be a better signing than Isak, and I think that Isak being injured might work better for Liverpool than Isak being fit. I'm not saying that because I'm bitter or anything like that. I just think that
I get where you're coming from.
Ekitike looks more like a aggressive 9. I think sticking him out on the wing is a bit of a cop-out. And I genuinely think Ekitike will prove to be a better signing. He looks more prolific. He looks like he finds the right spaces. He's got a nice little drop of the shoulder, but he can do both. He can hold up the ball. I know Isak's class, but he's only just signed for Liverpool and he's already injured. His track record with injuries are poor. I think if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be probably more excited about Ekitike than I would be Isak. But Liverpool fans will have their own opinion on that, I'm sure. But I think Ekitike has done more for the cause than Isak has since they both signed. So
Yeah,
I think
I think it's also the value for money stake, isn't it? Because Ekatike, out of the 3 transfers that they've had, he's been the cheapest in terms of Verts, Isak, and Ekatike. Ekatike was probably what, 70 mil, was he?
Yeah, still
And
super expensive, but
yeah,
quality. Yeah, in terms of what they've got
20
back,
mil more than what West Ham have ever spent.
I actually think he's been the best signing they've signed this summer. I don't think Kirkes has shown anything yet. Frimpong, bless him, he's just been injured. Isak comes with a bit of baggage and he's been injured. Vertzer has really struggled, and there's clearly a player there, but my God, that boy has really struggled. Like, talking about like Anthony struggling to setting in at Man United and other big money signings that just haven't made it at Chelsea and all of that malarkey. Verts is up there for really not showing his money's worth, and who knows. But right now, that's looking a bit worrying.
The Englishman in me is happy about that because it's good timing for him to have a really terrible season in the lead up with the World Cup with Germany. So he's going to be completely out of form. Hopefully, hopefully it continues.
He just hasn't settled, has he? He's
still young. He's still what, 21, is he?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. Well, he's got plenty of time then. But I think actually he's probably been the worst of the 5 big signings they made. And I don't think Kirkes has been much to write home about. And Frimpong's barely played. I think Isak's at least scored. But Ekatike has been, I think, their best signing. But I think Man City are our biggest threat. And I think that's because if Arsenal was set piece FC, Man City have rebranded themselves this year, and they're a little bit ball over the top FC to Haaland, because that seems to be where the goals are coming from. Ball over the top through the middle. Haaland runs on, wrong foot's the goalkeeper. It's exactly what he did to Big Gabs and scores. But he's wonderful, isn't he? He is a wonderful, wonderful striker. And I think if it was May and it was close, at this moment anyway, you'd probably be saying Man City and Arsenal would be the 2 teams that are slashing it out. I think the other thing I'd say is that Liverpool have lost 4 games this season already, and Arsenal and Liverpool both lost 4 games in the entirety of last season.
Yeah.
So I think that is not great for Liverpool either. But, who knows? Arsenal won 10 games in a row in the 96-97 season, I think, and won the league under just over Man United. But I do think that Arsenal will win 2-0. I think it'll be like a Marino kind of like smash and grab and maybe a set piece goal, something like that. But Marino just seems to keep coming up with the answers when Arsenal don't have everyone available. And
are you at home or away?
We're away again.
I'm going to go rogue. It's probably going to. I think you're going to lose 1-0.
Maybe.
Like just pure. That's not because of the footballing ability. I agree with. Just pure writings on the wall. Arsenal have got a chance to break a record. You've got an ex-Arsenal player in Xhaka who was ridiculed by some small minority of the fans. I can just see it. I could just see him scoring, and then it'll be like, oh,
do you know what? Yeah,
fucking Xhaka. Like,
no, do you know what?
I don't think it will, but I'll go with that because it almost feels like it's too. If it's written in the stars, it almost feels like, oh, it's going to happen, sort of thing.
Do you know what though, Ed? Last season and the season before, definitely, I would have been like, maybe there's something in that. I just think this Arsenal team are too professional, and I think that they will know that Liverpool and City are playing each other this weekend. So either, and I know this sounds like such a basic thing to say, but either someone loses or Arsenal get their ideal result, which is a draw. Right, so like Arsenal will know that Liverpool and Man City are playing each other, and this is their chance to get some daylight between someone or both. And I just think that I honestly think that Arsenal will just be too professional, clinical, surgical, slip out, and I just really believe it. I just really, because we've got too many important games. That's not fair on Sunderland. Sunderland have been incredible. But there's too many
Second
more.
at one point, weren't they, over the
Yeah.
weekend?
What I meant was there's too many high profile games coming up for Arsenal for them not to be
Yeah.
clinical
You
and brutal.
would think that at the start of the season you're playing Sunderland and you're hoping to be at the top, thinking it's an easy win for us, just get the job done. Now it
But it's
probably
not.
feels a bit harder because they've been a completely different team this year, haven't they, Sunderland? And
Yes, but I also think the mindset is different at Arsenal. This team does not
Yeah.
concede chances. This team does not concede chances. Like, and I'm not saying that because I'm just trying to be like, well, we don't concede goals. It's not even goals. We don't even concede opportunities. You know, the one shot on target we had last in October was a ball bouncing off Nketiah's head as Raya grabbed it at the same time, and that went down as a shot on target. That was it. You know, so not only are we not conceding goals, we're not conceding opportunities. Now, obviously, anything can, you know, like you said, a 1-0 win could happen. I just don't see it. Not in this game. Not in this game. I could see it in like a nervy, like North London derby, and Arsenal just don't want to, you know, they don't want to lose to. I'd lose to Chelsea before I lose to Spurs. Like I would. I'd rather lose to Chelsea. I couldn't fathom it. I hate losing to Spurs, you know. So I think this game is too important not to get the job done, because the games that come after this are not as come with more baggage, because I think Sunderland are playing better than some of the teams we're playing afterwards. Like I don't, you know, Sunderland put one over Chelsea. So I think it's more about the history of the games that make these fixtures so important, and I think Arsenal will just get the. I have to believe that Arsenal get the job done in this game.
You're hoping. Yeah, you're hoping. That's the thing, isn't it? Because it is, like I say, it's an opportunistic result, isn't it? Because if you win, and then one of Liverpool or Man City or even both, they lose points.
Well, we're 6 points. We're 6 points clear of Man City, and we're 7 points clear of Liverpool. So we're either going 9 points clear of someone, or we're going
8
and 9 clear.
Yeah,
like that is a remarkable number. 11 games in. And obviously there's a whole season. I'm not trying to write our names on the trophy, but you know, let's say we went 9 points clear of Liverpool at this point in the season, right? We've only lost 1 game, and we'd have to lose 3, and we lost 4 in the whole of last season. Like, I know that anything can happen, but those types of things would, you know, can you see Arsenal losing 5 or 6 games this year? Whereas, could you see Liverpool losing another 3 this year? Which one is more likely? And I just think that early in the season would be really demoralising for Liverpool, and even more empowering for Arsenal, because I don't feel like this team will be allowed to get complacent.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Arteta will be going, well, we're 9 points clear, lads. He'll be going, let's make it 12 next week when they play whoever they're playing, and we're playing Tottenham. We'll make sure we beat Tottenham, and they might lose to whoever it is. We've got Tottenham, and they will have. They've got Nottingham Forest at home.
Liverpool.
And Man City have got Newcastle away. You know, so he'll be looking. You know, that's not like Arteta's not going to come and be like, right, lads, well, we've got a buffer here. He'll be going, we can make it 12 today. You know, and I just feel like that's what's going to happen, and I just can't. I can't see him taking this game for granted, because for that reason, you know, like we could be 9 points clear of Liverpool in 11 games, and they would have to win 3 and us lose 3 to even get on the same points. So I just think that we'll get the job done and we'll win 2-0 and you know, just take the goals and then play them off the pitch. I think. But yeah, sorry, I went on a little bit longer than I.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Let it all out, boy. Let it all out, man and boy.
Man and boy. Right. Should we wrap it there? Is that all the things?
Yeah, let's wrap it all up. We've got a week off next week. Obviously international break, and when we come back next time, we will have a very, very special guest in former West Ham, Wolves, and England international Matt Jarvis will be joining us live on YouTube and X as we ask him what life was like as a professional footballer, being a dad, juggling the career with fatherhood at the same time simultaneously, and what life's like now post the game. So yeah, obviously he's doing a bit of commentating and punditry at the moment, but what life is like being a father now, with not having the playing ability. So yeah, it'll be an interesting interview in a couple of weeks. So set your notifications for that. The live is on our YouTube channel. Just go on there, set your notifications, set your bell, and any questions you want to ask him, sensible ones, we will ask them to him. But yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
For any West Ham fans watching this video back or watching it live, don't ask anything about the club in terms of politics, what like BS out campaign or anything like that, because he's an employee of the club, and I don't think it's fair to ask him a question about something that where his job could be at risk for it. So don't ask him anything like that. Don't put BS out campaign on this video, on that video in particular, just out of respect for Matty, because he's doing a really good favour for us by coming on.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to speaking to him as well. And he was on TalkSport this week. And I was just like, man, I can't wait to get this guy on the pod. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to chatting to him. So yeah, well played, Adam, for getting that one organised. But yeah, thanks, Adam. Enjoyed that.
No worries, chaps. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the 20th of November. Thank you very much. See you later. Dad's Job. Dodge Pod out.
Hola, and we cheer, and we spill a bit of beer. Raise a glass to the past, and the mates who ain't here. From Highbury to Upton Park, it's now Ashburton and Stratford for a lark. It's the Old Dad's Our Job podcast, the heart of the game.